if you're wanting to visit a destination because it's popular, because your heart is set on it, that's one thing. But if you just want to be outside and you're just trying to find your way to outside, pick a destination that has a good deal.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're doing a Google search, you don't have to select your destination.
Exactly.
You can select anywhere. Literally, it says anywhere.
Yes.
And then it'll give you all the great flight deals for the time frame that you've entered. You can also select anytime.
Exactly.
And then you can scroll the calendar to see what's available.
Now, that is going to be where we're going to show y'all a little how-to and insert that either on our socials or a short or something, because you can literally search anywhere, anytime from your destination. And that's how you get those $18 flights.
Yes.
$32 flights. Those, let's do a day trip because I'm off this day and it's $42 to go to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I live in Google Flights.
I know, same. It's just like some people scroll Instagram. I scroll Google Flights.
Literally.
Like, dead serious.
No destination in mind, no dates in mind. Like, I'm just on there. Like, all the time. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Travel
Fly
Sexy. I'm your co-host, Natasha Wilson, owner of Travel Goddess International.
And I'm your co-host, Sincerely Jasmine, owner of Boss Babes Love Brunch.
Period. All right, y'all. Now, if you ain't already booked your flight for the holidays, I don't really know what to tell you. However, if you want to start planning for 2024,
we got you.
We got you on today's episode, because this episode is giving you all the key tips on how to secure the flight deals.
Yes, my favorite. Y'all know I love a cheap flight.
Okay, and we be outside, but because we be getting those cheap flight deals.
Every time.
Every time, okay? Anybody spend hundreds of dollars on flights, we're not doing it. Nevertheless, before we get into the tea, a little bit of goddess mail from our inbox to yours. Take us away, Jazz.
Yeah, interestingly enough, we're going to be talking about flight deals. I'm sure this airline will come up. But there was a video of passengers who were actually on a plane. They were all seated. But however, they mentioned that they had been waiting for 6 to 7 hours on this plane. I think they were kicked off and reboarded. But all to say, there was no pilot.
I'm sorry, that's no not pilot. Funny.
Yeah, so you look right into the cockpit, absolutely nobody, empty.
Because my concern is, why board the flight anyways if the crew is not there? I thought that was like illegal or something.
Yeah,
I didn't think that was a thing you could do,
because the pilot goes on usually first,
and they have like checks and balances where they have like the pilot is in the cockpit doing the checks, and the co-pilot has to go outside of the aircraft and do the external checks.
Exactly. And then the flight crew,
then the crew comes on
once the plane is checked to be safe. Then the flight crew then comes on to get the flight ready for departure, as far as drinks and all of that great stuff.
So I don't even know how or why these folks would have even been allowed onto the aircraft.
They were pissed, I'll tell you that. She's like, "Can I record you delay?" Like, yeah. I'm like, y'all are not getting anything for this. I mean, you will get. I mean, if you go back to our previous episode where we discussed knowing and getting what your worth is as far as compensation, you will get something for a 7-hour delay. However, it was just a very interesting situation.
The worst part about that is, just tell me at the gate that this is not happening. Because I just hate it when they make you get on the aircraft, you sit at the jet bridge for an hour because of maintenance, and then it's this, that, then you're deplaned, or you sit on the jet or on the tarmac for X amount of hours, and then you return to the gate and deplane. Like,
oh gosh.
Spare me the boarding process. Just tell me at the gate and allow me to figure out my next steps. That's my whole thing. I don't want to go through the boarding process because honestly, I have more space. My niece have more room at the gate.
Yeah. I can walk around. I can go get a drink if I want to. Absolutely.
Use the restroom because, in the case of you push back from the gate and then they're just sitting and figuring it out. You're technically not allowed to get up because it is a active taxi. Like, it's just too much.
They were standing up, so I don't know.
Because they were over
it. No pilot, actually, so they ain't go nowhere.
Go nowhere, yeah.
But yeah, it just was a very interesting case. It had a lot of layers to it. It was funny though because they kind of wrapped it up with saying it's Spirit's fault. Like, you know, the lady who was recording was like, "Never fly Spirit." And then there was someone who like stitched the video, and she's like, "Y'all didn't select the flight with the pilot. Like, you know, with Spirit, you gotta add your bag, add your seat." She said y'all didn't add the pilot. That's y'all fault. Y'all messed up. Y'all got the wrong one.
Y'all got the wrong one.
Like, now what y'all should have been doing is been on YouTube and figured out how to fire that thing up. Because you sitting there recording for 7 hours is crazy.
First of all, y'all be on the internet doing and saying anything.
Y'all are funny.
I cannot. She said you didn't add it at checkout.
The pilot sold separately is crazy because Spirit going to get everything. Like,
every dollar.
You did not add the pilot fare, boo.
Like, it was a couple episodes ago where you said you was getting flights for 8 cents.
Yeah,
so
you make sure you got the pilot on that one. You might have just got a seat.
Literally. That's messed up.
Get on the plane. 8 cents not bad just to get on the plane and get off.
I mean, I hear you. But what I will say is don't come for Spirit. Like, y'all already know, if you've been around, what is this, episode 33? I said Spirit probably almost every episode.
Yeah. Tosh is a Spirit stan.
I am. Yeah. And I understand that they get a bad rep. But I also, again, think that when you're having a exceptional time, or even when you're having a regular time, you're just getting from A to B with no issues, you don't share that.
Yeah.
You don't post about that.
Absolutely.
You post when it is the extreme circumstance of a 7-hour delay and the pilot is still not on the flight.
Absolutely.
And that's the stuff that goes viral. And now that's the stuff we're talking about. And now that just means that's the airline as a whole.
Yeah. I joke about it all the time, but people love to hate Frontier and Spirit.
They do.
I have never experienced them. Like, I'll joke about me posting content on TikTok because y'all know I'm a Frontier stan. And people are just like, I will never fly them. Like, this lady wrote in my comments, like, I wouldn't spend a penny to fly with them. Never have, never will. I said never have is killing me. Because if you never have, how can you say you never will? Like,
that's true too.
I'm just like, and that's fine if that's your preference, but you're just like, they're so bad, but I never flew them before. Make that make sense for me.
Facts.
You're going off of Google and like you said, those terrible reviews about these experiences, but you never got it yourself. And then, like, I've experienced with people who never flew Spirit or Frontier, and I've been on that first flight with them, and they're like, "Oh wow, this ain't that bad. Like, this actually pretty good."
Okay.
Like, and I'm like, yeah.
And shut up.
Turn that never have into I tried it, and if you didn't like it, fine. But if you never did it, lay off Spirit and Frontier,
please, because they got the flight deals.
Yeah, okay, and that's what we gonna get into,
and that's what we talk about today,
because they are really the ones,
the ones, and not the twos.
Okay, hey, y'all. So, it's your girls of Travel Fly Sexy.
Before we jump into today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube, and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at Travel Fly Sexy.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of Travel Fly Sexy, shoot us an email at info@travelflysexy.com.
Now let's get back into the episode.
Okay. So let's get into our tips for securing flight deals. Because again, you got to be outside in 2024, y'all.
It's not an option.
We're here to celebrate you and tell you right now, we're manifesting your outside.
Period. And we want to see y'all outside. So, like, we're going to start, like, sharing that type of stuff. So send us that content. Like, y'all, we went here. Like, let us know if you tried the places that we've mentioned in the previous episodes, or if you going to a resort or a destination because we've inspired it. Like, we want to share those moments.
Please tag us, DM us, let us know.
Yes.
But tip number 1, and this is probably, in my opinion, the key.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
Be flexible with your dates and your destinations.
Absolutely.
And what I mean by that is oftentimes people are like, I have to go to this place and I have to go on these dates. But maybe if you just changed it by a day, you could find a significant difference in that cost for the flight.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tell my clients that all the time. Like, I know it's your birthday, you know, I know it's this or whatever, but like if we have a flight, like let's ensure that you're there for whatever that special day is. And let's work around those days. Because sometimes leaving on Friday is going to cost you more than if you left on Thursday.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll still get the same experience. You'll still be there for Saturday or whatever day it is that was important for you. But you could save hundreds of dollars just by changing that Friday flight, which is maybe 90% full. And tickets are at their highest to a Thursday flight that's like 40% full because not that many people are flying out on a Thursday. So you get a little bit more leverage.
Yeah, it's definitely just, even if you're not sure that you can fudge your dates, I just encourage you to just click on it and see the difference so that you know we ain't just saying anything. It really does.
Guarantee you're going to be like, this is worth that PTO extra day. Like,
this I'm saving coins.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'll take the laptop with me.
Yeah, right. Like, I'll be still working that day, quote unquote. Connect to that Wi-Fi in the air and do what you need to do. Save that PTO.
Exactly. Save them coins.
But that also goes to the same thing with the destination as well.
Yes.
You know, if you're wanting to visit a destination because it's popular, because your heart is set on it, that's one thing. But if you just want to be outside and you're just trying to find your way to outside, pick a destination that has a good deal.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're doing a Google search, you know, you don't have to select your destination.
Exactly.
You can select anywhere. Literally, it says anywhere.
Yes.
And then it'll give you all the great flight deals for the time frame that you've entered. You can also select anytime.
Exactly.
And then you can scroll the calendar to see what's available.
Now that is going to be where we're going to show y'all a little how-to and insert that either on our socials or a short or something, because you can literally search anywhere, anytime from your destination. And that's how you get those $18 flights.
Yes.
$32 flights. Those, let's do a day trip because I'm off this day and it's $42 to go to Miami. So I think that I live in Google Flights.
I know. Same. It's just like some people scroll Instagram. I scroll Google Flights.
Literally.
Like, dead serious.
No destination in mind. No dates in mind. Like, I'm just on there. Like, all the time.
Happily. Like, literally
figuring stuff out.
It's like if you scroll the timeline, I'm literally just scrolling Google. People are like, how do you find this stuff? Because literally I'm just scrolling Google Flights every day.
We love Google Flights algorithm. So good.
Next tip would be
checking your departure. So you want to have flexibility in that as well. So if you're fortunate like us, we have
very fortunate
multiple airports around us. So, you know, guys, we're in Philly. So we have the PHL airport, but we also have New York, which isn't too far. We have Newark, which is not too far. We have BWI.
Yeah.
We have IAD.
Yep.
So we are
DCA.
we're just a skip, hop, and jump from like at least 5 to 6
7
airports.
Don't forget our home airport, PHL.
Our home airport, which is great. So we rarely have to utilize those other ones. But you will find that you get better deals out of other airports depending on the route. So depending where you're going, check those other cities because you can save hundreds of dollars just by going to Newark instead of JFK.
Absolutely. And, you know, obviously you're going to want to do the math. You know, if you factor in the cost to get to the airport and depending on your flight time, if it requires you to maybe have to stay overnight to do so, then of course you're going to weigh your pros and cons and decide if it's worth it. But child, I fly out of Newark all the time.
Absolutely.
And they have so many nonstops out of Newark. When you're doing international, exactly. When I'm going across the pond, Europe especially, Newark is usually where I'm departing from because of the convenience and the price point of those flights.
And I've went to Europe out of BWI, which is Baltimore, and I maybe spent like $40 on a round trip train ticket, which took me from Philadelphia straight to BWI's airport, directly to the airport.
It's good.
You get a shuttle. They take you like to the airport. It's never been that easier to leave from another city.
Very easy.
So there are ways that whether you catch a train or a bus or commute, again, like Tosh said, weigh that option and see which is the most cost effective. Because again, we talking about saving coins. So we don't want you to save a few $100 on changing your airline. Your airport, and then you spend hundreds of dollars on an Uber or on whatever to get to that alternative airport.
Yeah,
that's not smart.
So make it make sense, but definitely weigh your options before just assuming that this is gonna cost too much and you can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next tip, and this one is twofold, but we'll explain it. Book in advance if you can, but of course, book a fare that you can change.
Yes, that's
key. The key. We're talking about the key tips for securing flights. That's the key. You have to book a fare that you can change, and here's why. Let's say you do book the flight in advance. You get it for, I don't know, $3.99 if it's a flight deal or whatever, and you feel like that's a good deal depending on where you're going. Cool. Let's say it goes down though in a few weeks, and now for one random day it's $199.
Oof.
That's a difference. That's $200.
I like it.
That's $200. So what you can do at that time is do a flight exchange where if it is a flight that you can change, again, this is key, then you can either cancel it and get the credit, or you can call them and ask them for the difference in the fare.
Absolutely.
And then they'll usually give that back to you in the form of a credit. You're probably not going to get refund money, but a credit is still good.
Never fight.
Exactly. But that does not work if you're booking basic economy flights.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm like, it has to be a fare that you can change.
Yeah, a lot. Well, all of those basic economies are non-refundable, and you can't change them. No changes are allowed.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you take it a step up if you are planning in advance to pay those few extra dollars to have that flexibility and getting that credit or making any edits if anything changed.
Yeah, because you just really never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You really never know. And now, granted, I feel like I have a good pulse on if I'm getting a good deal
or not. Yeah.
So I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But
you still have those second, like I had a great deal that I booked the other day, and I still was like, should I pay a little extra just in case? It's so good. But I'm like, what if it goes down more?
I know.
And I'm like, it was such a steal that I didn't go the extra mile because it was an unbelievable deal.
Right.
But even still, you are like, should I just pay the extra bucks just to have that flexibility? So sometimes purchasing that changeable fare really gives you a peace of mind. And, you never know, especially if you know, like, this might not happen, or I might have to change a day because of XYZ. So,
or if your boss is weird.
Yeah.
And they try to play with you when it comes to your PTO.
Cut that Thursday back into Friday or something.
Okay. So, in that case, you probably always want to book flexible flights because you don't want to lose your money.
That happened to me before, and terrible.
What?
Yeah.
The audacity.
Yeah, I booked maybe like 2. It was like we were going to Colombia, so I booked like multiple flights.
Yeah.
To like bounce around Colombia, and I was like, I can't go to Colombia. There was like a conference for the company I was working for at the time. And it's like, yeah, no, we need all hands on deck. I was like, gotcha.
Dang, that actually did happen to me too. Similar.
So protect yourself if you know that it's other factors that can control it.
Yeah, but also with advanced booking too, some of the websites will offer you the ability to lock in the fare.
Yes.
So I know like Hopper specifically, if you do use Hopper, which is like, I'll tell you why or why not to use it in a second. But if you do use Hopper, they do offer you the ability to lock in the fare up to 21 days, which means if you're not set on booking it at that present moment, but you don't want to lose out on this particular price, you can lock it in for a small fee, and then you can come back within that time frame to secure it.
Book it at that same price.
Yeah, and it also does include like protection for you, like if the trip price goes up and it never goes down. They have some, things that still protect you and make sure that you're still good. So they do have a really good program. So that's also something to consider. But the only reason why I was like, it depends on you or not, because the only thing when you're booking like through sites like Hopper or through sites like Expedia is just, should you have any instances or issues, the airline is always going to redirect you back to them, those third parties.
Absolutely.
And it may or may not be as seamless of an experience as you would like.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, if you're just worried about getting the best deal.
Yeah. Hopper got some good deals. And I will say their customer service isn't terrible.
It isn't.
So if you do have, and they have like a extra step that you could pay for an extra hands-on 24-hour support or whatever. So I would say if you're using them to pay those few little extra $5 or whatever to secure that you have that support.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely the Spirit of Frontier of
oh yeah.
of the online programs, but they're going to go and dime you.
They're going to have some deals.
But they're going to have some deals.
They got hella coupons.
That Hopper is how I got my $37 flight from to Cancun. So they still good with my book because I use the coupon.
The coupons be stacking on there.
Yeah, the coupons definitely be stacking.
Yeah.
So.
Our next key tip is, which I always forget to do. I've just this week gotten a habit of it. Search one-way flights. We know you got to get there and back, but you will find that sometimes the fare is cheaper if you do one way and then purchase the other way coming back.
Yeah.
Or if you play with the airlines, you might do one way with one airline and come back with another airline, and you may save money doing that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with this one. Because I think the best part about that is being able to book with two different airlines.
Yes.
Because when you typically search Roundtrip, it's going to give you the price for your same airline that you're departing with.
Exactly.
And sometimes that airline, one of those ways, the flight is just much higher than the other way. So you're just getting this one lump sum that is just higher than what you'd like to spend. Versus breaking it down, each of those ways to and from have their own price.
Exactly.
So if the price for the one way is better and the price for the other way is better with another airline, it's still a win-win. You're still securing a flight deal.
Yep. And sometimes you also can book that flight, that one way going to secure, like, okay, I know I want to lock in this price, and then give yourself a little bit more flexibility to check the ones coming back. Maybe because you're like, this price is not what I want to pay for it right now. I would like to see it change. And again, Google Flights will tell you if the price will change on certain days or things like that. So getting that insight of like, maybe I want to wait 5 days to book my way back, since I have some time in advance, but this is $30. Let me book this one way right now because this is great. But together it's $400.
Like, how did we get here?
Yeah. So you search, and even before you book, just check both ways. To see, because you'll find that like, oh wait, this one is like $50 and this one's like $600. Let me see if I can find an alternative option with a different airport. I mean, a different airline or a different airport. Yeah. To save a few bucks, and just maybe you'll get that one way going, and then coming back, you might go to a nearby city or use a different airline.
I am notorious for buying one-way flights and not knowing how the heck I'm getting back to the States. Purchasing the return flight while I'm in destination. Like, I'm horrible.
Yeah, I've been with you. I'm like, did you get your flight back?
Literally. I think
we leave in like 24 hours. You got your flight back yet?
I think
like,
we were
I still ain't get it. I'm like, we hardly have service. When are you going to get it? We like getting ready for them. I'm like, you get your flight for them. I'm like, I still ain't do it yet. I'm like, all right.
I know. I really just be walking through this whole world on faith, y'all.
Yes, very confident in her travel abilities. I'm just like, no boarding pass, nothing. And then we just go to the airport, same experience. I'm like, you just got the ticket in the car.
Just got it in the car. She's not even joking. This is my real life.
Really happened.
But I will say, be cautious of that, because sometimes if you're traveling internationally, they do want to see a return ticket, depending on the destination. Obviously, Mexico, they don't really care.
Yeah.
We were in Mexico.
Yeah, they frown with that.
We were in Mexico. They wasn't checking for the return ticket, but a lot of destinations are. So you do want to have a return ticket depending on where you're going, so that you're not just, caught up at the check-in process or the departure process or
Exactly.
even the customs process when you arrive. Because they're going to be like, well, how
What
long you think
doing?
you're staying here?
Exactly.
Because we didn't approve this.
Exactly.
But yeah, one-way tickets is a good hack.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Last but not least, which I think is tried and true. You're not going to tell me otherwise. Travel on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Okay? Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
Yes.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's going to get you the best price.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are scared of those Wednesday departures, which I get. PTO, we've talked about it a lot this episode. But if you could get a Wednesday evening flight,
right?
And if you work remote or if you have that flexibility to like maybe work a day or whatever, you still can make it work because you're going to save so much money leaving. And I get it. It's like the whole week. So you're like Wednesday, then I got to take off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, work Wednesday,
leave in the evening.
You still got 2 days, Thursday, Friday. Now you do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, instead of leaving, doing Friday, Monday. You're going to save so much money.
Yeah. And even like your departure coming back, let's say you do leave on a Wednesday morning and then you're using Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's cool. And then you come back on Saturday, you're also going to save.
Yep.
Or if you're departing on Saturday and then you're returning on Tuesday.
Yep.
You're still only using Monday and Tuesday. Hear me out, our PTO players.
Exactly.
You're only using Monday exactly combo. Saturday to Tuesday is still only 2 days. Like, and I'm emphasizing that because we have so many clients or we have people on socials that see our travel deals and they're just like, but it's Saturday to Tuesday.
Yep.
You don't realize that is literally Friday to Monday, y'all.
Friday to Monday, guys. And I get the way the brain works. So you're just like, no. And it's like, yes, like we can make like, it's still 48 hours of PTO or however it works, 16.
Yeah, 16, 8 hours a day, yeah.
But you're still only taking 2 days. Like, like it's just not Friday and Monday. And Friday, everybody's thinking like that. You got to think if you're thinking like, oh, Friday, Monday, I'll take off Friday, I'll take off Monday, go back to work Tuesday.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking that.
That's why the flights are higher because the airline knows that everyone's trying to sneak in a low weekend getaway.
Long weekend.
Exactly.
And we get that. But you can have a long weekend that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
And when we tell you it is guaranteed, you'll see the difference is hundreds.
Mm-hmm. Hundreds.
Even the same with the hotel. Like if you're booking, we're talking flights, but if you're booking a package that includes your hotel.
Yep.
The rates are also going to be lower.
The inventory is available. Everyone's available on the weekends to go out of town or to stay at a hotel in their own town. Tuesday night, if it's not business, it's like,
yeah, the hotel
prices are given. Please come.
Yes, I was about to say the hotel is trying to fill the beds.
Please come. Actually, take this suite for the price of nothing.
Yes,
and you're like, wow, I got to swim out Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's like. That would have cost you 3 times that price.
Absolutely.
And 3 times that price with the flight. So 6 times that price. If you just made some adjustments.
Please, do not sleep on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday departures because we do it.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah. We love a good midweek vacay. But this is really for our Friday to Monday warriors because we get it. We understand a corporate culture and you don't want your boss to be like, what the heck are you doing? But make it make sense to them. It's still the same time. I'm going to get my work done these days. It's still the same time. And honestly, they need you on Monday.
Yeah.
They need you on Friday sometimes. So
yeah, this is what I used to do all the time when I was in office and people were just like, how are you always traveling? And I'm like, I'm maximizing the time that is available. I'm not even using extra time. Now, granted, I worked in tourism and hospitality. So hotels and conference centers, they're open 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can, and the way that the week started, one of my jobs, the week started on Tuesday. So I'm literally just combining my off days from 1 week, the week before, and then the new week that starts on Tuesday. So I'm taking Saturday, Sunday as an off day the previous week, and then Tuesday, Wednesday as an off, or Monday, Tuesday as the off day the next week, and then we good.
Exactly.
No PTO. It's just off days.
Yeah.
So also really leverage your schedule, especially if you have an employer or a job that's open 7 days a week.
Yeah, you have that flexibility. But
off days can be combined.
I noticed, like, when I was working corporate, I found that all the days that everybody was taking off, I was available.
Mm-hmm.
Like when everyone's like, oh, we need this Friday or we need this, like everyone thinks the same, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to realize that everyone wants off. So if you're able to add value and say, I can actually show up these days,
Mm-hmm.
when you have to take off an extra day or whatever, it's not that big of a deal because you can show up those days around the holiday. You can show up those Mondays or Fridays when everyone wants to take off. So like kind of take advantage of the schedule and make it work to you, like where you know your team's pretty much gone Friday to Monday around the holidays because that's when everybody wants to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to do a little Wednesday.
Yep.
And I'll be there Monday.
And then on top of that, I'm going to pocket this holiday.
Exactly.
And I'm going to use it for my long trip to Europe.
Exactly.
Because I worked this holiday, but I still get this day off. I used to do that all the time too, because I don't care.
Yeah. That's I'm like, I just came on vacation, so it doesn't bother me.
Exactly,
Like,
because I'm going to travel again in
like,
4 weeks.
I'm available. So make your availability work to your advantage.
You used to be so sick of me.
Like, well, you keep going somewhere. It's like, no, y'all here when I'm going. And I'm here when y'all going. Y'all don't be here. Nobody's here when I'm here.
Or our gone just is different.
Exactly.
Like your gone is to the
home.
crib.
Yeah.
My gone is to the moon.
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
Oh, great. What is your favorite way, Jazz, to secure a flight deal?
Google Flights for sure.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it allows me to research like all my options. I can see all the airlines. I can see, the layovers. Like you're just able to kind of compare and contrast from dates to prices to airlines all in one place. And then I'll take that information and bounce around and take it to other places and see if it's any better deal.
Yeah. We love a good Google Flight situation.
Yes.
I think mine is the checking departures and flexibility from multiple airports.
Yeah.
And again, I know we're super spoiled. Everyone does not have this advantage. I'm sorry. However, we do.
It works for us.
And legit to have 7 airports that I can choose from, north or south of me.
Yeah.
And me being right in the middle in PHL, and I can just fly out of any of these is epic.
Yeah. So
7
good.
airports to choose from, all within 3 hours.
All great airports, might I add.
All international airports.
All international airports, like all like, yeah.
Yeah. JFK, LGA, EWR, PHL, BWI, DCA, and IAD.
All like
I'm outside.
less than 2.5 hours away. Yeah. And it's no way not to be. So if you're in Philly, like it's no reason you shouldn't be checking our
surrounding
airports for options. Because
I get it. I understand like people are like, oh, it's more convenient and all these things. I understand that, but the reality is a lot of times we're making excuses and we're putting ourselves out of experiences because of our excuses. When Amtrak goes to Newark International Airport,
BWI,
it goes there. You get to the Amtrak train station, and then there is a shuttle that takes you directly to
the airport.
And I'm not even saying shuttle as in a bus. It's a train
shuttle.
It's a train.
The airport shuttle.
It's the airport shuttle.
Like the ones that take you to the rental companies. It's the airport shuttle.
So I mean, like, there's like, I get it, the convenience factor of being right at your home airport, but
see, what you'll find, like for me personally, sometimes it'll take the same amount of money to get to PHL as it would for me to have gotten a BWI, depending on, the day. Like sometimes a Uber to get to the airport, because the airport, like traveling to and from the airport is expensive. Like, even if you're a person who drives and parks at the airport, it can be expensive. Yeah. So sometimes you still got to pay to get to the airport.
You do.
It doesn't matter which one you're going to.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very, very true. Yeah. So if in 2024 your goal is to be outside, please just explore other alternatives to make that
Yes.
happen. Don't limit yourself, because limitation means the couch.
Absolutely. Check all your options to get the cheapest flight deal to get you outside.
Outside, because we want you to be outside, okay? And we be outside. So how do we help you get there? Because if you didn't know, but now you know, today, Jasmine and I are both a part of Travel Goddess International, which is a full-service travel agency that can assist with getting you outside.
Period. So whether you want a super great deal, which we have those travel deals, you want to save on flights, or if you want something more custom for your 2024 travel experiences, we have you covered. Just reach out to us at travelgoddessintl.com, and whatever you need, we got you.
Always. And with that, let's jump in the travel deal of the week.
Yes.
Because this is how you're going to be outside in 2024.
Come on.
Oh, I know, baby. I know.
Oh, wow.
Because Jasmine don't be looking, y'all. If you're new around here, Jasmine waits till we get on set to look and see what's going on.
Oh, wow.
Snap, crackle, and popping it today. All right, y'all ready for the travel deal of the week? 5 days and 4 nights in Cartagena, Colombia.
Where I had to cancel. This is a sign.
I didn't even know you was going to say that today.
That's crazy.
Crazy. 5 days and 4 nights in Cartagena, early February, Sunday to Thursday, with round trip flights via y'all favorite, because y'all going to keep playing, Spirit Airlines.
Yes.
From PHL Airport, Philadelphia International, with layovers, 2-hour layovers both ways, and 4-star hotel accommodations at the newly renovated Hilton Cartagena. All of that, $590 per person.
Come on.
How?
Yeah.
I didn't even understand it. And this Hilton is so pretty.
Yeah. I might have to make that work.
Girl, where we going?
That is so good.
That is so good.
Wow.
Okay. 5 days, 4 nights. Early February, Sunday to Thursday, round trip flights with Spirit from Philly, and staying at the Hilton Cartagena. Yeah. $590.
And that's a standard deal.
Standard deal, y'all. Y'all don't even need the membership, even though spend the $9 a month, because
why not?
Why not? Like, deals like this is all the time. Sometimes we throw a little standard or exclusive deal on the standard list just so y'all can see what y'all missing.
Really know, because that's what this feels like.
This is what that is.
$590.
Every now and again, it happens.
Wow, that's a really good deal.
That's out of control.
5 days, 4 nights. Yeah, that's really good.
Snap, crackle,
come on. And I know Colombia's on y'all list. Like, we let a boys trips to Colombia. I heard about y'all.
We heard about y'all. Keep playing.
So that's a perfect price for you to just get grab up the boys and
do what you do.
Whatever happens, happens, you know? And newly renovated accommodation.
Yeah, this Hilton is really, really cute. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this deal or any,
I'm like stuck.
You shook. It's cool. If you're interested in this deal or any of our deals, please visit our website, travelgoddessintl.com. We'll drop it in the show notes. Y'all need to play or stop playing and head to Cartagena for less than $600.
Any stamp under $1,000 is
passport stamp.
Like, come on.
So good.
So worth it. Like, any new passport stamp, new experience under $1,000, I'm just like, and that's dang near half.
That is like, this is, you would spend $1,000 for 2 people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the flight, like I said, I missed out on the flight, so I know how much the flight cost. And the flights were out of Newark because they were more reasonable, and just lost that money. So yeah, I might have to make that happen.
Let me know, because I'm still trying to get to Colombia. Yeah. I also had to cancel my Colombia trip because at that time they were rioting, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I'll wait. So every time I try to get to Colombia,
something
happens.
We might have to make that shake.
We let y'all know. But in the meantime, it's time to get brunchy.
Yes, let's get brunchy. So this week's Brunch Abroad, again, I have been trying to look up brunches that I want to experience in 2024. This came across my IG. I believe it's called High Rainforest. It is in New York City, and it's a rooftop brunch, very cute. And it's an indoor rooftop, so it's heated.
Oh, nice.
Very, very cute. Ooh. Like the pictures, they have like grass falling from the ceiling, and like grass wall, like very, very cute, tropical looking.
Love that.
Cute rooftop, indoor, heated, which is awesome because we know New York City can get freezing in the winter.
Absolutely.
Now, what I loved about this brunch was it's bottomless, which we love. The food looked great. But they had bottomless everything.
What they had, Jazz? What they
was
had?
$30, which came with a entree. And it's bottomless sangria, screwdrivers, mimosas, bellinis, like Bloody Mary's not my thing, but if that's your thing,
snap!
Like an array of brunch cocktails
for $30,
and the food was included with the $30.
Yeah.
So, and it was like a very cute place.
Yeah,
so,
like they could have told me 75. I would have paid it
exactly, and it's New York City, so you know, like you gonna pay for the aesthetics anyway. They gonna pay you $45 just the admission.
Yes,
to the rooftop
because you about to be in here taking pictures.
Exactly. So I thought that was a crazy deal. And yeah, I'm going to be drunk whenever I go. I'm looking forward to it.
Jess will always be finding a good joint.
Yeah,
how you do it?
Oh, margaritas too.
Bottomless marks.
Bottomless margaritas, sangria, mimosa, like just an array of cocktails.
When we go in, we gotta go.
See, but you gotta stay in New York for that because, like, I love a quick day trip to New York, but I need a.
You're gonna be lit, yeah.
Like, you
don't want to miss your stop on the train.
Yeah, you gotta put me up after that one.
Oh, love it! Perfect in time for the holidays too. Just to switch it up, and sometimes you just need a break from all the holiday crazy.
Exactly, it's that season.
Yeah. Last but not least, question of the day. What type of holiday getaway do you prefer, Jasmine? Christmas getaway or a New Year getaway?
I would certainly say New Year, as I have been searching for reasonable getaways. Heavy on the reasonable because we all know that New Year's is not reasonable. It's an expensive time to travel. But I would prefer a New Year's getaway. I don't think I've ever been anywhere around that time of year, actually.
Yeah, the last time I went away for New Year, it was Atlanta.
Okay, that sounds lit.
Brought it in the A, and that joint was lit.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was looking everywhere. I said, where can I go?
It was lit. Yeah. And that was actually a solo mission.
Okay.
I went solo to New Year's in Atlanta and had a time.
Wow, yeah.
I was so much braver in my 20s.
Yeah, that is bold.
Literally.
That is bold.
I'm going to save that story for y'all for another episode because that was a story.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, that was a story, but it was a good time. But yeah, for me, I actually am going to choose Christmas.
Really?
And this is why. I do enjoy New Year's, but Christmas getaways, if you can travel on Christmas Day, meaning either travel back to where you're going or travel to where you're going, it is so inexpensive. Like, again, on brand with what we're talking about this episode, securing the flight deals. Christmas Day travel is very reasonable. Like, very reasonable. In addition to it being reasonable, the airports are also much less crowded on Christmas Day.
Sure.
So I'm going to choose Christmas. I did it last year, so I can attest to this, traveling on the actual holiday. And I was like, I like this.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because I've done the New Year's thing, and it's chaotic, but it's a great
everybody
time
wants to go somewhere for New Year's. But for Christmas, everyone's in the house. So it's like the airport, they done already made it to where they were trying to be.
Exactly.
And they're chilling for a few days.
Yeah, so if you can travel on the holiday, and honestly, that goes for any of the holidays, you're going to likely find the less expensive flight than the days prior to, or even the day, directly after as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so if you can travel, like if you're traveling for New Year's, traveling back on the 1st is going to be the most expensive flight. If you can wait until the 2nd or the 3rd, then you're going to get back into regular pricing.
Okay.
So all the gems on this episode for y'all. I just want y'all to know.
If you don't find a cheap flight after this, you the problem.
You are the problem, okay? Your dad the problem. You the problem. Everybody's the problem because we're giving you the information.
I'm dead. It's time to get outside.
It's time to go outside. That's our episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Travel Fly Sexy on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Travel Fly Sexy.
And of course, if you have a product or a service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of Travel Fly Sexy, shoot us an email at info@travelflysexy.com.
Period.
That's our episode.
Time to go look at cheap flights.
Time to go look at
like
cheap
literally
flights.
all I've been thinking about now. Now I'm like, okay, New Year's.
I know. What am I doing? Got to go. Gotta go. But also, Cartagena, guys, for $5.90.
Come on.
Okay.
I need to go look at that too. I gotta check my schedule, check the dates.
That's the cheap flight and the hotel.
Yeah.
That's the combo, the 1-2.
This episode got me ready to go.
Well, we'll see you next time. Bye.